Hello everyone, this is Gregory George and I want to welcome you to the fictional VIP lounge of the Charles Killian Theatre Noir Repertory House in some town in Canada. I'm talking with Costin Manu, the director of the St. Mary's Community Players production of Norm Foster's opening night. His hilarious and affectionate Valentine to Life Upon the Wicked Stage, running October 26th to November 5th, right here in the Town Hall Theatre in St. Mary's. So welcome, Costin. You bring quite the resume to SMCP. Can you tell me a little bit about your background and what you've done in the past?
Well, how much time do you have? No, I'm going to give you the Reader's Digest version. I was a child actor, loved the theater when I was a little boy. Studied theater, been in the theater for more than 40 years, you do the math. And it's been a passion of mine, still is, at this stage, pardon the pun. And I've worked in the United States, I've worked in Europe, I've worked in Canada for the last 40 years as well. And with all kinds of different theaters and different theater groups, from community theaters to semi-professionals, dinner theaters, professional theaters, and of course the same thing in the United States. And I bring that kind of a empirical knowledge, if you like, that kind of experience to this. It's invaluable because you get to work with different environments and different cultures. You know, working in the United States is different, of course, working in Europe is a lot of difference. And working in Canada is different than the other two. So yeah, I was fortunate that way.
I think you've said that comedy is probably the most democratic and straightforward form of entertainment. How hard is it to direct a play that is a comedy?
Very hard. I just mentioned this earlier. And it's the most democratic form because, well, basically, if it's funny, people laugh. If it's not, well, they don't. And you learn very fast as a director and as an actor when the actual audience is here and you realize, yeah, well, I thought this is funny or this is not funny, and all of a sudden stuff that you didn't think was funny is funny. It does help, like you mentioned, to have some experience and, you know, to have seen some of the plays. I remember seeing this play years ago. I really can't remember. Like I said, it's written late 80s, I think, early 90s. And it really lets you know right away. And that's why it's so difficult, because you kind of second guess yourself. What's funny, what's not funny.
Norm Foster is considered to be Canada's most produced playwright. What's it like to direct a Norm Foster play?
You know, it's a challenge because, I mean, I heard the statistic that, you know, any given day there are 150, this was before the pandemic and it's probably going to happen again, you know, it's starting. And any given day there are 150 productions of a Norm Foster play around the world. So that's quite a feat, if you ask me. Directing a Norm Foster play is not as easy as it sounds. Some people say, well, you know, it's light comedy and all. No, but that can be very deceiving because he likes to write things in there that hit you over the head. But he inserts all kinds of ideas and glimpses of the everyday life and emotions and relationships that you're not aware of, because he does it with comedy and with realism. And that's why it's just sometimes can be deceiving, saying, oh, that was a light comedy. Directing it, to answer your question, can be even more difficult. You know what they say in the theater, you know, dying is easy, comedy is murder. So, yeah, it's hard, but I enjoy it.